Hey there everyone, and welcome back to Gamevine, and my name is Dave, and again, we're going to be talking about the world of Dice Masters. Now this is for the Marvel Doctor Strange set. I hesitate to say set because all of what comes in it is in this deck box right here. Now it doesn't have a gravity feed, nor does it have a starter pack, so no basic action cards or psychic dice. They're calling it a team-up pack. This is what it looks like, the picture with the cardboard back and the plastic covering the 8 heroes and I think 16 dice. This is meant to be paired to a starter pack, so you're going to have that in order to actually play with this. So it can be Marvel or it can be something different. Dice Masters is interchangeable, but this is something interesting. I'm not going to give out my opinion till the end of the video on what I think about this, but the card games that have stood the test of time, like Magic, Pokemon, I guess Yu-Gi-Oh, have done different things like this, and giving you a little morsel in between big box sets to hold you over. And this came out during the Doctor Strange movie, so they wanted to pay homage to the Doctor Strange fans without going overboard. Now this is pretty interesting because I seen this at my local comic book shop for $6. The thing is, you do have to buy 2 of them to get all 4 dice for each characters, and the cards just become target practice, which is interesting. But for $12, they were selling it for $6 there. You can get everything and all the dice if you want to. Now, is this a good thing? Well, let me show you the dice and what the cards do, and then you can make your own decision. I'm not going to show you how to play in this video. There's a tutorial on our channel if you want to check that out. Today, I'm just going to show you if this is a good little tiny set. Let's go and find out what the dice look like. Alright, so these are the dice. Of course, there's only 16, but they do kind of touch on a different rainbow of colors. Wong's cool green and yellow dice there is probably my favorite in the whole set, but this orange dice is pretty nice as well. Translucent is pretty clear, yellow on yellow though, and then this is a neat Doctor Strange. It has this little stripe. So those are the dice, pretty simple. Now I'm going to go over the cards. Alright, so the first card I'm going to go over is kind of like an equipment. The Eye of Agamotto, I guess that's how you say that, but it has a lot of text on a lot of them, but it has to basically do with basic action cards. This one here I'll go over. When you place this die, when you use this die, place it on a basic action card. While the eye is there, the basic action card costs 1 more for your opponent to buy, so it's just hindering, and it is treated as if it's on the field, so it can be taken out in that fashion. And there are ones that cost various amounts, but we're not going to get into those. We want to go into the characters. Wong is a really cool one and probably one of the best in the set. He is considered an ally, which is a sidekick. I also want to show you this symbol right here. That's magic, and it has shown up before, like Zatanna. She is a magic character. She's the only one I can think of. But this set kind of relies on magic characters, so if you want to build a deck around those characters, you're going to rely heavily on this team pack. Just saying. But he is cool. He is a 4/3 on his final, not too much to purchase and 1 to field. When fielded, you may pay X energy to sacrifice X sidekicks and do that much damage to an opponent. I don't know what's happening to those sidekicks, but something's happening to do that damage. But he also he gives your sidekicks +1 defense and attack as well on that card. And this one here, he has fast. It's an ability that's shown up before, but I like this one. He hits first and might kill off the dice before it does damage to him. The villain here, the mindless one, I like a lot of their cards. It regenerates a nice ability. You roll it again if you see the face. It is regenerated and goes back on the field right there. And this one here, Swarm. Swarm is fantastic. It's shown up in the D&D universe. When you draw this dice, the mindless one, you draw again, and if you draw another -1, you draw again, and if you draw another character that has Swarm, you keep drawing until you draw a character that doesn't have Swarm, so you can have a big roll on a turn if you've planned well. This one here, when fielded, does 1 damage. I don't know if I like this one, but it's a little bit cheaper. Scarlet Witch shows back up on the scene. When she's active, when you use a action dice, you gain 1 life, so she's going to give you a little bit. She's a 5/3 on her final level, and she will do 2 damage right here. She allows you to draw a basic action dice out of your bag, and if you roll an energy, she does 2 damage. So a lot of basic action dice play with this tiny team pack. When Scarlet Witch is active, when you use an action dice, you may pay 1 to add it to your prep area. So immediately you get to play it. Alright, so let's go into the guy himself, Doctor Strange. He is an 8/9, really strong, 2 to field, but again, he is expensive. When Doctor Strange is active, prevent all but 1 damage from each opposing action dice. So again, action dice, if they're a big thing, they want to squash that in this little set. When Doctor Strange is active, each time you roll 2 or more action dice, gain 2 life. So that can be beneficial for you. The last one here, he's a magic character. While Doctor Strange is active, pay 1 less to purchase action dice with a minimum of 1. So the big man here, the Ancient One, he comes into play. He is an 8/8, not quite as strong defensively, but up there as well than Doctor Strange. While Ancient One is active, your opponent magic characters get -3 attack. So I don't know when that will come into play. Like I said, there are a lot in this tiny set, but not really too much in other sets. But it might happen. When Ancient One is active, your opponent cannot target your magic character dice with global abilities or character abilities. Now this might be good. He might be the one that you want if you're playing all these characters that have magic on them. And then this one here, when the Ancient One is active, your magic character dice costs 2 less to purchase. So that could be good if you have Doctor Strange. He only costs 5 now, and he's really strong. Clea, she is, I love her hair. She is a 7/7. When Clea is active, once per turn, whenever you could use a global ability, you may pay a lightning bolt to deal 3 damage to a target non-magic character. So there are not going to be magic characters. This one will be relevant in any set. While Clea is active, your other magic character dice costs 1 less to field. So you can have her out there, and it's going to be even cheaper for the magic characters. Again, you can play that. Now, she's a villain here. When fielded, KO target opposing level 1 character dice or KO target magic character. Okay, so now, how do you say this? Dormammu, whatever. He's a big guy, and he's 8/8, and he's the villain. While he's active, your opponent pays 1 more to purchase action dice. When he's active, your opponent takes 2 damage when they use an action dice. Any opponent may KO 1 of their character dice to ignore the ability until the end of the turn. This one here, when he's active, your opponent with 3 or more active characters may not use action dice. So he's all about taking that action away from you. So those are all the cards, and that's basically it. Alright, so that was the Doctor Strange team-up pack. And what do I think about this? Now, normally I give out a grade and a percent. This time I'm only going to do a 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down because it's such a small edition. And I'm going to say that I like this, and it is a 1 thumb and a half up. That's what I would say. Not quite 2 thumbs up. And it would be 2 thumbs up if you had the option to buy a set for like $10 that has all 4 dice for all the characters. And that would make it a double thumbs up for me. Because with the collectability of Dice Masters, there is that drawback. But I find it to be okay. But when you get sets like this, it's kind of a living set and you know what you're going to get. I would assume, or I would like the set to have all the dice that it says are required on the hero, just to have that option, you know what I mean? But if you buy the second set, you could have another person play the same card as you, but again, there's that trouble with the dice, you know, maybe they'll want 3 and you'll want 2, and then you run into that problem again. But beyond that, I like what this does. It adds in a lot of things that attack the basic action dice. And it does add a few of the abilities from the past sets. I love Swarm. Swarm is one of my favorite things, and it's only on the lower mindless minion, but it's a pretty cool addition to add in this little team pack. And then they do add the higher minions, which cost a lot, but their abilities are interesting. Doctor Strange has always been pretty high cost character, but he always has some pretty cool abilities. And I'm not necessarily a Doctor Strange fan, but I like this. They added a few things, and it's such a small kind of thing to add to my collection, especially at a decent price. I would say I would recommend this to anybody who has a Dice Master collection already afloat, and especially if you like Doctor Strange. Wong is one of the coolest characters in this set, and he is a 4/3. So I mean, right out the gate, I mean, that right there that's worth buying the set for. So I'm impressed with this overall, and I hope WizKids continues to do little things like this for every set, just to add that hero that may have not been mentioned. Doctor Strange has been in the game, but they add more of his kind of flair in there, which is nice. So that's, again, a 1.5 good thumbs up for me. I like this little team pack. I do want to send out a huge thank you to WizKids for providing us with this review copy. We could have not done this video without you. Also, a huge thank you to the new viewers. If you like what you see, please click like and subscribe. That always helps out in the long run. If you are a continued watcher, well, you are the lifeblood here at Game Vine. You keep us chugging along. And until the next time that we see you here, I've been Dave, and have a great rest of your day and a great time with all the Dice Masters that you play. You see it here on the Game Vine. I'm out, everybody. Bye. My opinion on that will be just judged by a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up, or 2 thumbs down, because it is such a tiny thing. That's what she said.